Movie Mash again. Now, we have Davey from the 80s here on my side. But before I introduce him properly, this video is going to be about the update of what's going on with Salem's Lot. Now, I did a video back a year ago or so giving you all the update, and I said I'd give you a new one, but the problem is I felt there hasn't been enough to give as an update, and you need some reliable sources, and we have some today. Now, we have Davey from the 80s over here from Cinema Chop Shop. Now, Davey has seen the movie. Now, you should jump over to his channel, because when the movie does drop, well, when the embargo lifts, he will be the first person, literally will be. He has it ready to go anyway. He'll be the first person to have it up. So it'll be worth checking him out, just saying. But we can't really talk about details of the film because of the embargo. And some people I've heard go, "Oh, who cares about that?" It's actually a big deal because you can get a lot of trouble for it.
Yes, so, it's a law binding.
Yeah, it's serious. Yeah, it's a big deal. Now, as I was saying, we have Davey from the 80s over from Cinema Chop Shop. The usual suspect is normally over here, but he actually has relevance this time because he's seen the movie and he knows about it. And that's why we're going to just give you the update, what we're saying, what we think, and that's it. So check it out. And I'm going to read out. So, Davey, how have you been anyway?
Living a dream, you know what I'm saying? One day at a time, trying to freaking consistently drop content, but life gets in the way sometimes, so just trying to make the best of it.
You what's the weather like over in LA?
It's kind of warm for winter, so it's to me it's strange. It's warm for winter. Hopefully it starts to cool down, but we'll see. The day that I can go outside because right now I can go outside even at nighttime and walk in shorts and a shirt, and I'm fine. It's not sweater weather for me yet. It should be, but it's not yet.
Well, it's raining here in London as usual, but what's new? But all right, anyway, for everyone who's watching, I'm just going to read out. This is from Variety. Variety is a pretty good source. And when you see stuff on the internet, make sure it comes from a reliable source before you start, going mad and saying what's what. But this is. So what Variety says is, the studio is looking to jettison its horror Salem's Lot to Max. That's what the source is saying.
HBO Max.
HBO Max, but they're calling it Max now. They've got rid of the HBO. Did you know that?
No, I'm just letting people know in case.
All right. So so Warner Brothers developed it in theatrical rollout, but it's sitting on the shelf. And Gary Doberman directed Stephen King's adaptation, and it's this putting on Discovery streaming now. The sources are saying it's that because they want to put it on there because of the writer's strike.
The writer's strike.
And because as you said, like there's not enough material going on because of the writer's strike, so they're going to put it on there.
That's because saying. Basically with the writer's strike going on, you have a limited source of material that you can drop or put out because a lot of the stuff isn't finished yet. Some things need rewriting, some things need reworking because, like I said, I go to movie screeners all the time. So when you watch a movie, there's a chance that sometimes that's not going to be the same movie that you saw. Sometimes people say they hate it. People say they dislike it. People say it's garbage. And they have to go back and they have to reshoot scenes. But in order to do that, you have to have somebody rewrite the scene before you reshoot it. So there's probably a bunch of pending projects that are sitting in a studio somewhere waiting for some writer to pop up so that they can say, okay, how do we fix this? This is what the audience is saying is bad about the movie. We need to go in a different direction. How can we do this? And usually a lot of the times it's reworking the ending of the film. And you shouldn't just come up with some random ass ending for a movie. So you need a professional, somebody that's actually well vexed in it in order to write a good cohesive ending to the movie or fix a problem that they were the one that created. So if they wrote the damn story, they should be the one to fix it.
Right. Well, tell me something. Now, you've seen this.
Allegedly.
Why has it taken this long? I understand, all right, they're doing that. Yeah, but it's like this was supposed to be out in September of 2022. We're past over a year. What is it? You've seen it. What is it that about the movie that they have no faith in it? What do you think? What's going on? Because they could have released it in September. They could have released it last March, Halloween, anything. And understand if do you think it's just using that as an excuse because they have no faith in the film to use that as an excuse to put it on Max?
I don't think so. I've been an advocate for shooting it to Max the whole time, but
You did, yes.
I think it's because I think Warner Brothers went through like a whole power shift, right? Like, didn't they have some people like above, like they had some title switch and
Yeah,
new
that's
people
right.
coming?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with new people coming in, you have new visions. So people already had things on the board that are like, these are the things that are going to happen. And then somebody came in and was like, nah, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, I don't really care about this. I don't care about that. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. Right. And we've seen movies get shelved before. Like, I remember the Poughkeepsie tapes got shelved indefinitely. And because Shout Factory unearthed it years later, then we ended up getting like a DVD/Blu-ray release. But with the IP as big as Salem's Lot, you would not think that that would be something that happens. So
even if it was terrible, the IP would be enough to get people to see it, I reckon.
yeah, see, the IP is good enough to at least put it on Max, in my opinion. But
Yeah,
I think that they want to make some kind of money on it because they got good receptions when they at CinemaCon they released a trailer which still has not surfaced till this day. I just want to throw that out there. The Salem's Lot trailer still hasn't surfaced to this day.
now, yeah, it was at CinemaCon, right? Yeah,
It was at
but
CinemaCon 2
apparently,
years
according
ago.
to what I heard, the trailer was really good. It was
That's what I'm saying. It
really
was
good.
well received. The trailer
Yeah,
was well received by people. People were very excited about it. And, but like I said, as that power shift in Warner Brothers happened, I think that they prioritized specific projects and then they deprioritized other projects. And now that we're in this situation where there's a writer's strike and you're starting to have limited things to release, you're like, all right, so what's up with that Salem's Lot? But if you were going to release it to Max, then you could have released it to Max a long time ago. Like, why wait for this? Me personally, like being a person that actually seen the movie, I don't see this movie. Me personally, I don't see them creating a movie or a trailer to me that's enough for it to make money in the movie theater like that. That's just my opinion. I mean, of course, if they throw it out there, you're going to have the hardcore fans like yourself and I and other people around the world. They're going to go see it. The movie's going to make money, but I don't see that movie making. I see it maybe on a generosity tip, maybe breaking even on production alone. But you're not even going to break even if you sit it on the shelf. So you might as well just put it on Max. You get what I'm saying?
exactly. Yeah,
But I don't think the movie's terrible. I don't think the movie is horrible, is unwatchable and things like that. It is definitely different, but I feel like it's nothing special, in my opinion. It's not.
well, you weren't a big lover of the original anyway, but you've only seen it a couple of years ago, because I'm old. You're David from the 80s. I'm Del Boy from the 70s. I've growing up watching this, I love it.
Del Boy from the
even with its flaws.
1910s.
Yeah, you only saw it recently. You didn't love it, but so for people, just because
I appreciated
you didn't
it.
love it, yeah, all right. Just because you didn't love it, don't mean it's bad.
The practical aspects and things like that. The runtime was what got me. I felt like it was a bit overkill.
It was made for TV.
Yeah, it was made for TV. It's kind of like the It movies. Like, I felt like the runtime kind of was overkill, and I felt like the characters weren't really interesting enough and really compelling enough to keep me entertained for that runtime. But I sat through the whole movie and I watched it, and I didn't turn it off, or I didn't turn it into like a 3-day project. So that says something. But the practical effects in the movie were freaking fantastic. Barlow in the movie was freaking fantastic, in the original, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not.
I thought I had you there.
Oh no. I mean, if I talk about it, like, you're not gonna like it, but whatever.
No. Oh, don't say then. But as I said, like, look, thank you for what you could give. I understand, like, we can't talk into detail. As I said, the embargo is a serious thing. Do you know what I mean? But your intake is important, like that you've seen it. Again, to all the people out there, just to let you know that inside sources are saying, reliable sources are saying, a possible March or April release of 2024. You know, now they all right. When I say
but this is all speculation, though. I want to put that out there. This is all speculation because Warner Brothers is running out of shit to drop. So they're just assuming that because the well is drying up, that since Salem's Lot is sitting on the shelf, that it's most likely next up.
I mean, but it boggles me why there's been nothing about it. There's been no info, no real info anyway. And it's been going on, and it's just dropped the other day. And as you know, when you hear a film is going to streaming, it always kind of rings alarm bells in your head going, oh shit, you know what I mean? Now, according to the sources from Variety and Warner Brothers, they're saying the quality is no reason. It's nothing to do with the reason why it's going to HBO. But, you know, we all have to wait and see.
It feels like a streaming movie, in my opinion. Right. It feels like a streaming movie. But does it necessarily? But here's the thing. Something going to streaming or something going to dual serve like in theaters and streaming at the same time is not necessarily a bad thing. We saw all the Halloween movies, well, there's 2 sequels to Halloween, go to streaming and movie theaters, and they were successful in both.
Five Nights at Freddy.
We just saw Five Nights at Freddy smash the box office with like an $80 million pull in or something like that, or over $100 million or some shit in its opening week. Yeah. And that was also available on streaming. So going to streaming doesn't mean that a movie has poor quality. It doesn't mean that it's going to make money, not going to make money. It doesn't mean that it's not going to make money in movie theaters. It's just that I don't think that they can say that with full certainty until they drop a trailer and you see people's responses. You can't do it. Well, like you have to drop a trailer and see people's responses in order to really make that kind of a assumption.
I would be expecting a trailer between now and Christmas, surely.
That's if it's going to HBO Max. The thing is, the trailer's already there, though. That's the thing. They already have a trailer. If you had the trailer at Cinema,
do you think they could have? I mean, there's been no info, but do you think there's possibility that because of the screeners, they had bad and they came out bad response, and maybe they did some reshoots, rechanges, but you normally with stuff like that, you hear something.
Okay, so look, check it out. Word around the campfire. Now, this ain't from me because I heard this from somebody that saw a screener after me. All right. So I talked to somebody that had a screener after me. Apparently, there was alterations to the ending.
Okay. So you mean, that would make sense for why it's taking a bit longer, if you get what I mean.
No, but but me seeing the original, I understand that there needed to be reshoots to the ending because I didn't. The ending, look at my body language. That's how I feel about the ending. But so based off of what this person said, who saw another screening after mine too, like way after, this person was saying that they altered some stuff, and it sounded a little bit better than what I saw. But at the same time, like, it's not something that will just be like, oh, okay, that makes it that much. Okay, that makes it so much more better. That I wouldn't say. Okay. It's nothing that's going to drop your jaw.
I mean, I can't wait to see it, but I mean, I've been hurt before, but we always still have the original, right? So everyone's watching this who loves the original. We still have that. I was just going to quickly want to read out what Stephen King said about the movie, this version of the movie.
I wonder when he saw it.
Sorry?
I wonder when
they probably screened at his private house somewhere.
Like, I want to know when. Like, did they do this recently? Was he sitting in the movie theater with me? Like, I want to know.
Could have been. All right. Stephen King describes Salem's Lot remake, Warner Bros. Remake, Salem's Lot. Hold on. He says, all right, the remake, Warner Bros. Remake, currently shelved, is a muscular and involving. It feels like old Hollywood when film were given a chance to draw breath before business attention spans longer than other words. Make of that of what you will. But he said it feels like old school Hollywood films when they were given a chance to take breath. But no disrespect to Stephen King, because I think he's great. But it wouldn't hurt. I mean, it's promoting his own kind of film. Look, really, you know, you don't want to.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, shit. Stephen King lying like a motherfucker. He lying like a motherfucker.
Well, you know, he might have liked it, you know, because me and you, let's face it, we disagree on a lot.
Yeah, of course, a lot of stuff. But I can't see, based off of the shit that I've heard Stephen King complain about, I can't see him going into this movie and feeling that way about it. Unless it's unless they might have revamped the whole fucking movie. Maybe in the 2-year Oasis they reshot the whole fucking movie. I don't know, but it to me it's just like I get it. Like maybe like it might feel like an 80s movie at times with certain aspects, but I don't agree with Stephen King. I think bro's senile.
Well, as I say, like, look, me and you, for everyone, we're pretty good friends, but we don't agree on a lot of shit. And just definitely. Because you don't, you never know.
We're about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Sorry,
we're just disagreeing about Five Nights at Freddy. Like two completely different.
I mean, that sums it up, everyone. He loved that shit, and I hate.
I didn't love it.
Yes,
don't say love.
Listen, he loved it.
Don't say love. I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. You hated it because you critiqued it as if it was
all right. I didn't hate it.
Look, man, you looked at you treated that movie like it was No Country for Old Men or some shit.
I didn't hate it. There was some good elements in it, but I'm glad it made so much. You know why? Because I feel it's another story, but I feel like horror films recently, with the last couple of years, have really started to make money, and companies that are beginning to really go for it.
Dude, look, listen, horror is now popular. It is. There has been this fucking resurgence of horror, and I've never thought it would happen. You have conventions now, bro. Conventions that are barely starting, becoming huge because they're able to bring in horror people, and then the horror crowds are coming and buying this shit. They're eating it up. Halloween Horror Nights. When I first started going to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, it was not a big deal. Like people would go, yeah, cool, people would go, but now it is jam-packed. Like I was watching videos for this year's Halloween Horror Nights, and there's people at like dick to ass, like in line, like shuffling, like close to each other, and I'm like, dude, that's what the lines look like. It looked crazy, and then it's just, and its movies are making crazy amounts of money. So look. If you are trying to make a horror movie now, or if you ever had a plan to make a horror movie in your life, now's the time to do it because people are eating this shit up right now.
That's why I'm glad it made money, because it encourages companies and distributors to say, all right, let's do this, you know? So,
you've heard of Halloween Horror Nights, right? Like, you know what that is at Universal Studios?
I've heard of it. It's like it's done on Halloween, right? Where it's like a horror.
Exactly. Universal Studios has opened up a facility in Vegas where it's like a 365-day event of that shit in Vegas.
Okay. Have you been?
Not well. I mean, they're barely making it, but they're developing it. Like they just announced it, and it's crazy to think that like 6 years ago, that would have never been a thought. They would have never said, "Oh, let's open up a freaking Halloween thing in Vegas and then let's see how it does." That never would have fucking happened. At all, you know, and then
it's great because it sounds like something I'd like to see and go to, and you know, if
I definitely want to check that out,
you know. But as I say, like about horror movies, with the last 2 years, not all of them have been great, but there's been quite a few big horror movies coming out, and that's like made millions and millions of dollars that weren't expected. So yeah, there's a lot of surgeons, but down to Salem'S Lot,
dude. Thanksgiving, they're pushing that movie hard. They have a lot of faith in this movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They have a lot of faith in Thanksgiving because look, I have never in my life seen this. All right, only movie I've seen it was Megan. All right, and this was only partially like it. Before Megan came out, the girl from Megan, the one that was in the suit or whatever, the one that was a Megan person, she was at conventions already before the movie even fucking came out. I'm talking before a trailer even dropped. They already were advertising her at conventions, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, because I was like, who the fuck is Megan? And I was seeing like the screeners and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is a Megan? And then all of a sudden, I saw a bunch of screeners, and then they just started disappearing. Then a trailer dropped, and then they were like, this movie's gonna make money. They just knew it. They were like, this movie's gonna make money. And what happened? That movie made stupid money. Now, Thanksgiving, right? Not only are they already advertising the dude that's the killer in the movie, they're keeping it a secret though. He's already scheduled for convention runs already. He's already there. They're like the man that plays John Carver, expected to be at this convention. Name is being retracted until after the movie's release. Like
they're making the toys as well,
and exactly, and they're making NECA figures, right? Yeah. Not one NECA figure, they're making 3. They're getting the Terratoons one, which is a little goofy looking one. They're having the Ultimate, which comes with all the cool little accessories, and then they have like the OG ones that come with like cloth material. I've never seen a movie with a character that has not been released yet get that kind of push.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. They're pushing for him to be a horror icon.
I hope it's as good as it sounds like. You know what I mean? But I'll be honest with you,
it's rated R. I'm in. It's rated R. I'm fucking in. As long as it wasn't PG-13, we good. It's rated R. I'm in. We're done.
That's good.
Like,
no,
we're good.
I mean, well, we got till is it the 17th over here? It's released, as far as I know. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's released till like the 16th or something. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of weeks anyway. But on saying all that, I just want to say thank you for joining me today. And for everyone who, again, remember, when this film does come out and you want to know the first review, will be over at Cinema Chop Shop. And I'm going to leave a link down below. So make sure you jump over and subscribe, because he's got some good content as well. And he's got some other, I think you made a couple of videos on Salem'S Lot as well. And make sure you subscribe. Also, I will give you any more reliable info if I get any more between now and then. Now, please jump down and subscribe to my channel, because, you know, I could do with the help these days. But anyway, look, I'm going to let you all go. But for now, and until next time, see you later. Bye.